Hey guys, it's me, SquidTheCynic, everybody's favorite YouTube. So, today I'm going to be talking about Chainsaw Man, an anime slash series that I have in fact talked about before, but I'm going to be playing it differently than I normally do. See, most of the time, viewers of anime and readers of manga kind of force me to play the other side of the argument, and I'm calling out people for being unrealistically positive and saying that things are going to be game changing anime when they have absolutely no chance of being that. But I have seen so many comments hating on Chainsaw Man for the dumbest reasons ever that I actually felt compelled to step over to the other side of the fence where I'm not nearly as comfortable because we really got to ask ourselves the question, does Chainsaw Man, specifically the anime, even deserve any of this hate that it's getting? And I want to say this, I'm by no means trying to imply or state here that Chainsaw Man is getting overwhelmingly hated on. It had like one moment where some goofy CGI came out, and I think people were like, "Hey, whoa, what's that?" But I by no means am trying to say or imply that overall the response to Chainsaw Man's anime has been negative or that everybody's been hating on it. But that being said, I did not have to look very hard. In fact, the start of this wasn't really me looking at all. I just was like, oh, I never watched the second trailer of Chainsaw Man. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, well, I'll scroll down to the comments. And I did not have to search long and hard to find many of these. I would say probably every like fourth or fifth comment on both the trailers was some strange hate comment of some kind or just not positive comment. So I decided to screenshot a lot of them or a few of them. I actually forget how many we even have. And I'm going to go through them and I'm going to address them and see if they're legitimate or not. I'm going to be an impartial judge, and I feel like I should establish why I can be an impartial judge here, and that is pretty much because I don't love the Chainsaw Man manga. I really don't feel anything towards it. I don't dislike it, and I don't like it. Yes, I have read all of it that I am aware currently exists in English translation. Um, and I wouldn't say that I'm a fan, and I also am not a hater. I don't dislike it. I don't like it. It is perfectly readable to me. That being said, I do really like good anime, regardless of its source material. So even manga that I think is bad, if it gets a good anime, I'm going to be like, hey, that's a good anime. And so that's really where I am in terms of where I stand on the series. And on top of that, I think that Chainsaw Man is actually one of those manga, one of those blessed few that stands to be elevated quite a lot by an anime adaptation. You know, think things like Dragon Ball. I imagine that the manga of Dragon Ball Super is readable, but it cannot even hold a candle to the anime. So I personally, that's my stance on Chainsaw Man. I think the manga is whatever, it's readable, but I think it stands to gain a lot from a good anime adaptation. So now that all that bullshit's out of the way, let's start looking at these comments. Like I said, I don't remember. I think we have like five or six that I chose because I could have gotten like 28, but a lot of them are just different versions of the same thing. So here we go. Comment number one is just some guy saying Crunchyroll should have kept the rights to Bleach instead. Um, this is a retarded comment because, first of all, is unrelated to. I saw many people commenting like, why do people care about Crunchyroll, or why do people care about Chainsaw Man when this anime is coming out, or why did Crunchyroll bother funding this when they could have done this? That is not how it works. Bleach had nothing. I'm pretty sure the Chainsaw Man anime was greenlit and being produced long before the rights to Bleach ever changed hands. I These are unrelated, and acting like Crunchyroll is, or any company of that size is only able to keep the rights to a certain amount of anime is crazy. Crunchyroll just didn't want to pay for Bleach. If they lost the rights, that's why. They just didn't want to pay for it anymore. They didn't think it was worth it. And they're probably right. It probably wasn't. But this is one of the dumbest comments that I see all the time on a bunch of different things that are like, why is this getting an anime when thing that I like isn't getting an anime, or something else that I like isn't going how I want it? Shut up, idiot. Comment two. This is probably one of the most widely talked about points of Chainsaw Man, and this comment in particular just says Chainsaw Man continues to be all style with as little substance as possible. Um, the thing that I want to say is whether or not that's even true is is irrelevant. You know, it doesn't matter if that's true of the manga because this man commented this on like a 1 minute and 17-second anime trailer that showed, I don't know, probably a total of like 17 different shots. Like, what do you mean all style with this little substance? All style is what you want. That is just a perfect trailer for anything. It's supposed to be all style. A trailer's job is just to give you the vibe of something and be like, hey, this is what it looks like. This is the energy we're going with. This is what you can expect. Tune in. It's not like, hey, here's the story and here are all the little nuances of it. And here's all the little character detail. Like, what did you expect, honestly? But as for the overall criticism, it's something that I've talked about before that I kind of agree. I've grown to agree less over time. I started reading Chainsaw Man like when it first came out, and I remember one of the things that I said at that time. Keep in mind this is probably like 12, 13 chapters max. Was that, you know, it really feels like it doesn't have that much depth to it, but it doesn't really need to because that's not what it's trying to do, but it's also it does have substance. Like, I don't know, this is just an insane thing to comment. It makes no sense and it's really stupid. All right, comment 3. This is one, it was not as common, but this is someone saying, LMAO, people are hyped over this Tokyo Ghoul ripoff. Now, the reason I chose this one, this is the only Tokyo Ghoul. Actually, I might have seen one more person talking about the similarities they felt between Chainsaw Man and Tokyo Ghoul. But I have seen many people talk about how Chainsaw Man is a ripoff in their opinion. And this guy just thought it was funny because he said Tokyo Ghoul, and it's like, no, not, I mean, literally not at all. Um, but this is kind of stupid also because, like, dude, it's a shonen anime, like, or a shonen manga, I guess, is becoming an anime. But like, what do you expect? Yes, the format has been pretty set in stone for like over a decade now. Like, battle shonen is battle shonen. It is not. There's no reinventing the wheel. Like that, it is what it is. So calling it a ripoff is kind of crazy in general. But Tokyo Ghoul, like, huh? What the fuck? Hey, comment 4, and I'm noticing these comments back to back had LMAO in them. So we got some real laughers here. But this is a guy just saying voice acting sounds terrible. Why did they cast these people? LMAO. I don't even believe that these people are actually laughing. I think their asses are firmly rooted upon their bodies still. But this is probably like the most subjective but also most legitimate criticism you could even have of the trailer is the voice acting. I'm not saying the voice acting is bad, but one of the problems with written things getting live action adaptations like manga, books, is that when you read a manga or you read a book, you're able to fill out the character in your own brain. So that means you come up with things like their voice and how they talk, and you sort of assign your ideal voice to them. So this is probably the most legitimate criticism. I don't know why he had to be so mean about it and lie about laughing his ass off. But okay, I guess this is what chalk one up for the comments that this is kind of legitimate that you might not like the voice acting. I think the voice actors are cool. I don't have any problems with them. I didn't hear anyone where I was like, oh my God, I'm vomiting. But sure, I guess this is one thing you could say is that when you were imagining the voices, they sounded better to you in your brain. Okay, comment 5, and I just checked. We have 6 comments total. I don't know if I said that before, if I guessed that, but if I did, I was right, and I'm a genius. And if I didn't, I'm still a genius. So this one just says not a single feel, which I honestly, I screenshotted this. I'm not even sure how to interpret that. Like, I guess that sucks for you, dude. I don't know why. Again, this is just like the most unrealistic expectation for a trailer ever is that you would watch a trailer and you're like, I'm so overcome with emotion. Like, I'm weeping at my desk. I'm filling up my room with liquid. Or like, I'm busting a nut everywhere. Like, what did you want? Like, the most a trailer has ever made me feel is like, oh, cool. I want to go see that. And that's all a trailer is supposed to feel. Like, they're not making trailers out here to make you feel a flood of emotions. Okay, and the final comment, obviously, it was going to be something regarding this. I mentioned it at the beginning of the video. This person's saying it's all going to be CG with a crying, laughing emoji. Again, I don't believe you. I don't think you're sitting at your desk typing click, 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 typing out and crying and weeping and laughing and shitting at your desk. Um, but this is obviously one of the more popular concerns, if not the more, or if not the most popular concern, is that it's going to be filled with CGI. And I will say that it's sort of based in reality and also not very unbased. It's Mappa. That's the trailer or the studio that's animating the anime. I don't even know why I said trailer. Mappa has had a few CGI incidents where they've put really shitty CGI in things. That being said, Mappa, to my knowledge, has never made a series that was all just super shitty CGI. And on top of that, the CGI in question that people always mention, the CGI leak of Chainsaw Man's anime, was like a 2-second clip that I'm pretty sure got almost immediately redone, or like a different version of it got released. So I don't know why people care about this. Keep in mind that if even if the trailer was 100% CGI or 100% hand animation, that has absolutely no bearing on what the anime itself is going to look like. There's no law in the Japanese constitution that says when you make a trailer, you have to only use clips that are included in the end product anime. So I I understand the concern. We've been seeing more and more CGI in anime that shouldn't have it, and Mappa has had kind of a spotty history, but there's absolutely no reason to believe that it will be all CG or that there will be an unreasonable amount of CGI in the Chainsaw Man anime. Anyways, that's it for this video. I, for one, cannot wait to get called a Chainsaw Man fanboy in the comments because it's inevitable. People aren't going to watch the video, or people are going to be like, you're a piece of shit for hating on Chainsaw Man. I guarantee you those comments will pop up eventually, so I'm looking forward to them. But other than that, I don't know. The Chainsaw Man anime comes out at some point in October, I'm pretty sure, so fucking watch it when it comes out. Do whatever you want. I don't know. I'm not your mom or your boss, so live your life, but do subscribe to me or I'll kill you.